From really early on, I knew that hair was my passion. When I was about 4 or 5 years old, and all of my Barbies had asymmetrical haircuts done by Crayola scissors, I was just so in love with hair. Like when I would watch movies, like that's all like I would notice is, oh, she put her hair up now and stuff like that. So I'd recreate it with dolls, but like baby dolls. So it was kind of weird. It's like, no, she doesn't look like that pretty adult girl that is on TV. So then I started doing it with Barbies. So I would cut their hair, and so at one point all my Barbies had bobs, and very asymmetrical bobs because my scissors at the time were paper scissors, like the Crayola paper scissors. So that's kind of when my love, and passion for hair started. And I remember telling my parents that, that I was going to be a hairdresser, and they're like, well, okay, your mind might change a few times by then, but I was so determined. And one time I told my parents that, I knew that I could be this amazing hairdresser, and the only thing that was missing was my styling chair, and that they needed to buy me one. And of course they kind of laughed it off, and I was 4. So, and that thought just kind of lingered on, the styling chair is what's stopping me from being this amazing hairdresser that I know I can be. So that's kind of how it started. So then my love and passion for color came when I took this art class, and I was just so in love with color. It was, I guess I had always been in love with color, but I hadn't really studied it and be so in depth with color and how the mixture of colors that are in a specific color and how you get there. And so this art class that we were doing this project, and it was a self-portrait, and the only colors we were given were the 3 primary colors and white, and we had to create skin tones, obviously, if we were doing portraits. And that to me was amazing. It was like I was mixing concealer. And so the big challenge with that was we worked on that for about an hour or 2 that day, and then the next day, you had to throw away the paint, obviously. I was working, I think, in acrylic that day. So the next day we had to recreate that exact shade or skin tone with those, 4 colors again. And I was like, how, yesterday I came up with the most perfect color. How am I going to recreate that? And the fun of looking at it and being, oh, I need a tad of red, or I need a tad of yellow to make that exact color that I had yesterday. To me, that was so eye-opening, and it was I can make color. I don't know, it was a weird kind of awakening moment in my life, I think. So, as the project continued for a month, each day I could recreate the color, and then so my kind of passion shifted, and I thought I wanted to be a makeup artist because I was working with all these colors and these, creating blush and creating contours in the face and just painting. So just art and painting in general just became a big passion of mine, and that's kind of how, for a while too, I was like, maybe I'll be a painter, but yeah, and painters make money when they're dead, I think. Then I was like, you know what, I just need to go to cosmetology school. This is what I love, and I know that hair is what I want to do. I've been doing hair now for almost 9 years, and I absolutely love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything, and now I even make YouTube videos about it. So a lot of times I would have an appointment with a client, and I'd do this blowout, and they were like, oh, if only you could teach me or show me how exactly you did this so I can go home and recreate it. Or, sometimes clients would be out of town, and they'd be, I need a root touch-up in between salon appointments, and how would I do that? Sometimes in the salon you just don't have time for that. You would love to give your client, an extra hour to just talk and give them little tutorials, but sometimes you don't have time for that. So I figured, I would record, blowout videos, and I would, then just tell my clients, you know what, watch this, and this is probably what you should do in between. Then they'd come back and be like, oh, that was so useful, and I totally learned, and I liked it that if I didn't get one part, I could rewind and watch it all over again and not be embarrassed to ask you to show me one step all over again. So, with every client is so different, and their requests are so different, and their personalities, and, coming up with a look that fits their personality and lifestyle, and seeing them you know, walk away with this pep in their step because they feel so confident and so excited about their new look. You know, I've had clients where, you know, they felt so confident and so amazing with their new cut or color. They were like, you know what, when I left here I went and applied for that job that I've been wanting to apply for so long, but felt I wasn't good enough. It's an amazing feeling when you feel that you look your absolute best. Along with kind of mean comments, you do get constructive criticism that at times you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna cry about this, but you know what, it is good and it is constructive most of the time, and instead of sitting there and I guess crying about it, you just, you know, try your best and try to improve. Obviously some things will never be completely improved because that's just how you are, and some people will either have to accept it or not watch anymore, obviously. It still does baffle me that someone, I mean, I don't know, I guess it's just my personality, but if I see something that I don't like, obviously I change the channel or I stop listening, or it's just people's need to just say something so mean sometimes is kind of funny. But at the end of the day, if I have just one comment saying, you know what, I try this and it, you know, helped me with my class pictures today, or I've just felt so beautiful today, or you've inspired me, like that's really all that matters. And I mean, of course, in anything that you do, there will be people that love you for it and people that hate you for it, so what can you do? Anyway, thanks for watching. As always, kisses, and please subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.